want the England manager's job. Seriously, when we've got some dedicated players who don't crumble under a little bit of pressure, I'll take it on. I said this after Capello and that geezer before him, Sven. We don't want it. I don't want it.
Home sweet home.
Welcome to Friday Fizz number 8. Today we're going to talk about loads of stuff. Watch. So anyway, Euros, we're out. Move on. Yeah. I want to talk about networking.
Yeah.
Because we had our event this week. Networking's massive in business. If you're in business then and you're not networking, you're doing it wrong. You've got to get out networking. But you can use social media to network. People forget about the essentials of networking. And we just had a conversation earlier today about networking and how we need to remind ourselves of the basic. And it's so important to not forget that networking doesn't end when the event actually ends. So you've got to then follow up. You've got to make sure you connect to them on social networks. You've got to email them, ring them, and build that relationship over time. It's, the reason I mention it is because we were just chatting about it earlier, weren't we? About how we sometimes forget the basics. Social media day, that's awesome. Just how massive of an impact does social media have on today? It's just phenomenal, isn't it? Who remembers, even 5 years ago, where social media was still a fairly staple thing, but now it's it's crazy, isn't it?
97% of the UK's adult population has Facebook.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Wow.
It's mental and it's so connected. Pretty much every aspect of your life could go through social media.
Has it improved communication?
Yeah.
Well, people can't spell now, though, because of it.
Spell check. I think it's definitely has. I mean, you look at, starting relationships, you've got Tinder. That's pretty much a social network.
Is Sam on Tinder? Yes, he is on Tinder.
You're connected to friends and family on Facebook and stuff like that, work connections.
You can connect Tinder to friends and family? I've been reading Seth Godin's The Dip. Have you read it?
No, never read it.
It's a good book. Seth Godin's The Dip is basically talking about that period where shit gets tough. And every successful person goes through the dip. We get focused on this thing where we see instant success, but of course it's not instant success. People have been plugging away at it for years and years and years. It's just we only see the bit where it all of a sudden goes massive. And he talks about the various different things, and he says that the point where you're at the dip is the last point you should actually think about quitting. He says either don't start. Do your research and work it out and don't start, but the last thing you should do is quit when you're in the dip, because that's what almost everybody does. Yeah. And therefore, in order to be a success, are the ones who actually plug through the dip. Talking of the dip, tennis, that geezer.
Overcut me, geezer.
Yes.
Who plugged away forever, and then he was going to quit, and then his girlfriend last minute said, just give it one more go, and he's just earned himself a cool 50k.
Yeah, I think, what is it? The rest of the year he earned about 200 quid in prize money, and then 50 grand from one match.
It's not bad, is it?
So he'd take it. And
bad.
he lobbed Federer as well.
Yeah,
one of the coolest things he can ever show his mates.
No.
Have it pinned to the top of your Twitter profile for life. Me lobbing Federer.
The other thing that you wanted to mention was the Watson, and we're not talking about Heather Watson either.
Great banter.
IBM are the official technology partner with Wimbledon, and they've taken the machine learning platform Watson down there. They're feeding all the information into it, and they reckon if he learns fast enough by the end of the weekend, just by looking at someone's face, they'll be able to work out who they're supporting. And another good thing about Watson being there, last year they had 400 tweets per second going off around the Wimbledon final.
400 tweets a second?
And they're going to analyse all the tweets and work out which one's good and bad, who's supporting who. Yeah. Last year the Wimbledon website had 71 million viewers, and they're going to combine that with 3.2 million pieces of data that they'll collect over the courts, so that they can analyse all the players, and they've made it available in an app.
Other than yourself, who's actually going to want to go through all that data though?
Well, betting people.
They'll make it user friendly, won't they?
Yeah, it won't just be like me sat in front of a database oh look.
Oh, data! Oh, data!
The reason why they're collecting all this stuff is so that the Wimbledon social media team can react and it suggests what to put out. So then they have their content there.
So well, I mean, they obviously recognise how important content is, and they're obviously putting this technology in to improve how they understand what people want to see and read.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty clever. But yeah, artificial intelligence, genuinely terrified.
Yeah.
If we get machines that can think for themselves, we're fucked.
3 billion human lives ended.
Cool. Friday Fizz out.
Fizz out.
Fizz out.
Nice one. Catch you later. I like it when the bananas have the correct curvature though, so it's a shame we're leaving the EU. Bojo kept going on about it, didn't he, about the bananas being a certain curvature and we weren't allowed to have them in it. I have to be careful because I remember this goes out.
Boris wants to be watching this thinking, I've had a hard day, you know what, I'll sit down with some Fizz.
Yeah. I hope he is watching. Come on as a guest, we want to quiz you. If Boris Johnson wants to come on our Friday Fizz, I'd be delighted to give him a bit of a questioning.